we're out here getting ready for the tough finale. Matt Hughes is one of the coaches on the show, and he joins us here. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Well, you know, you've been quite outspoken on the experience overall. I guess the experience was kind of so-so doing the reality show this time.
No, I'd say it was way above that. Now that I look back on it, I had a great time with my assistant coaches out there. My wife came out the second half of the season. My good group of guys. I just, other than being away from my farm for that amount of time, the taping was from June 6th through to July 15th. Other than being away from my farm, that's the only complaint I've got. Because my family was out there the second half. So.
And you said at first you didn't want to do it?
I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to be away from my family. Didn't want to go out to Vegas. Didn't want to be away from my hometown. I mean, you know, I could sit and rack the excuses why I didn't want to go out to Vegas and be on the Ultimate Fighter.
That's Matt Hughes. Has a big fight coming up at the end of the month, but just comes off the reality show, sort of. It was a couple of months ago, but the finale, of course, is this weekend. The filming of it this time, the way you were portrayed, because I think they pick out an angle clearly different than the last time around.
Yeah, and I had I really relied on my assistant coaches, and any head coach would do that. So when they said, hey, these guys need to slow down and take some time off, I listened to them, and we did that. I really tried to read my guys this time, and when I thought that they needed to work harder, I worked them harder. And when I thought they needed technique, I gave them technique. When I thought they needed a day off, I gave them a day off. So I really tried to read the guys this time.
That didn't come through on TV, though.
No.
I mean, it was one angle. It was basically Matt Hughes is kicking the crap out of his guys, and he's a sore loser.
Yes, yeah. I won't agree with this. I won't disagree with the second part there. Right? I'm not. I would say I'm a very gracious loser. I'll go up and I'll shake somebody's hand or this and that. But do I like to lose? Heck no. Heck no.
Is that gracious losing everything, or does that include bowling? Because the way they filmed that was basically Matt Serra throws the last ball, you walk out the back of Red Rock.
I think I said congrats. I think I said congrats to him. I definitely said congrats to all the teammates because they got $3,000 a piece. And if you think I was going to sit around there and watch those bowling pins for half an hour and drink some beer, that's just not me.
Now, has anyone actually asked you, what did you guys bowl?
You know what?
The score?
I could not tell you.
Uh-oh.
What I can tell you is that I would have had to have 2 or 3 strikes in a row to actually win. So I mean,
to break 100, you have no idea.
I really.
All right, we're gonna have to find out from Sarah. Sarah's from Long Island, so I'm assuming he's bowled before.
Or you ask Dana White. I mean, he was there, right? So he might know.
So the way they played the angle up, and maybe you've talked to people who thought that Matt Serra looked like a jerk on the show. Do you feel like they kind of screwed you over?
No, I don't feel they screwed me over. To be honest, no. I mean, certain people, everybody's going to look at it a different way. But in the show, for 55 minutes, I can sit and talk good about somebody, and for 5 minutes, I can say, hey, give them constructive criticism and tell them what not to do and what they did wrong. Mm-hmm. And they can only show that 5 minutes and not the 55 minutes. So yeah, there's different ways that they can do things, as you know. But I'm happy with the way it got aired. And to be real honest, if people don't like me, that's fine. I can live with that,
So not uncomfortable with the image they developed?
Nope.
No, not at all. Because clearly, as we keep saying, they can pick and choose what they want to do. Because I remember the first time around talking to Rich Franklin. Rich is like, I work my guys all the time, and they're showing me in the friggin' pool with them, and that's the only thing they're showing.
Rich, we ran our practices very closely, so I can't say that my guys were out working Rich's guys at all.
Yeah.
At all. I was going to win.
Let's close on this. Any thoughts? I'm sure you watched some of the episodes, right? It didn't change your opinion of Sarah at all? Didn't give you a better understanding of who he is? Or did it actually make it worse? You dislike the guy more now?
I think I liked your second answer best. I definitely know who he is.
Yeah.
Didn't know he was that bad of a guy, to be honest.
Why do you say he's a bad guy? What do you think? What impression do you have from the show that makes you say that he's a bad guy?
Well, is he somebody that you're going to let your kids watch?
I would. I don't have a huge problem with him.
So you just say, hey kids, don't listen to what comes out of his mouth? I mean, tell me is that how you raise your kids?
Honestly, I think I don't have kids. But honestly, I think there's positives and negatives to both of you guys from what we see on TV. That doesn't mean that's who you are.
That's what the question was, what you see on TV though, right? What I saw.
Okay.
Right, and that was your question.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you just think he's too critical?
I just think he's a bad role model.
Yeah.
It would be number one on the list. Bad role model. You know. When I raise my kids, I want my kids to look at me and do as I do. Say what I say. And when I don't think Matt Serra can do that with his kids.
And what do you think of his injury? I heard you make some comments on it. He's got some herniated discs.
Yeah, I've not made any comments on it. I've had back problems myself. I've got 3 bulge discs that I had to take care of, so I know there's a tremendous amount of pain. So honestly, he needs to get well, and it could take years. To be honest, herniated discs are a bad thing. So I don't blame him for if he's got 2 herniated discs, then he shouldn't be fighting, and he should probably be in a wheelchair. To be honest, because it is bad.
All right, Matt. Well, we'll talk to you in a few weeks.
Okay, buddy.